Hello everyone, my name is the Rad Man, and we are here to play some Factorio. I'm currently using point 0.6 build 0.16.6, and we're going to probably use that until they release the stable 0.16. And we've got a few mods. We've got auto research, charcoal burner, which is just for getting rid of trees later in the game and actually using them for something. We got flare stack, which is so that we can have a little more control over our fluids, like we can just destroy extra fluids if we want to. Flow control, which is for better control over our refinery pipes. This is a mod which enables you to roughly double your ores later in game. Power armor adds 2 tiers of power armor. Quality of life research has stuff like reach upgrades and stuff like that. Reverse factory is so that we can take out and destroy like burner stuff after we're done with it. Robot army, I've never used. It basically just adds automated defenses depending on how you use it. And then we got water fill for putting water back if we place a landfill where we don't want it. And then we've got what is it really used for, which will tell us what stuff is being used for, like where in our factory. A few new things is now we have this terrain. We have now basic, resource, terrain, and advanced. And I believe terrain settings is the new one in 0.16. We also have cliffs, which are new. We're going to be playing on a rail world setting. We'll have very low for all of these, big though, and a regular richness. And we're going to have enemy expansion disabled. So basically we're just using normal rail world settings. And they do have this new generation preview, so we can actually find a good map. It might take us to find. I've generated like 5 or 6 maps, and I keep getting ones that have like either way too much stone or no stone at all. So we might have to mess with that generation setting a little bit. They also made it so uranium will not spawn anywhere near our base. Like, this will be probably the closest uranium patch. And I was trying to play with Die World and maybe Bob's and Angels mods, but the ores kept overlaying each other. Like, I would end up with maps that would have maybe like 600 stone on the entire foreseeable map that I could uncover by the time I'd actually get railways running. So that was not good. So I'm going to keep cycling through these. Eventually I'll have to actually go in one. But we keep getting these maps where we have like either no iron or no copper right in the starting area. So I'll probably... Let's actually check this one, because this one actually looks pretty good if we have stone. That was my main problem, was no stone. And we have 5k stone there. Trying to decide if that's enough. Probably not, because we do need to build walls, because we do have enemies on. Which I guess, I don't know. The problem is this stone is just hard to find. So I'm going to generate a few more worlds and I'll be back. Okay guys, so I'm back. So I found a world that looks pretty good. Oh, you can also see it said that they changed like, there's a lot of stuff. Like, there's quite a few videos by now that'll tell you every single change that you could want to know. Looks like this world should work though, because we got coal up here, copper, and then iron, and we got stone. Now, to get the stone to actually generate in properly, which I'm guessing this is just a bug in this version of the game, because we are in experimental releases, of course. The stone on very low frequency, even though it was supposed to be generating big patches, was only generating like I think I saw like 900 as a max. So I just turned it up to generate on normal with the same settings as all the others. And so there is lots of stone on the map, but then again, stone has never really been a limiting factor. Like, usually you can run off the same stone deposit for quite a while. So the main thing we'll be expanding for is iron and copper and possibly coal anyway. Because one thing I haven't decided is whether or not we're going to mess with solar panels in this playthrough. I guess that really just depends on how things go, because solar panels are the type of thing where if I need them, I'll use them, but if I don't need them, like, I really hate making accumulators, like, with a passion, because I usually end up running short on batteries eventually and other stuff like that. And those are new tools, and these are new things. But anyway, so now that we have this, and I've picked up some wood, we can take this burner mining drill down here, and we'll get some of our iron going so that we can make another one. And we might actually, we'll probably just stick around, because all we need is a little bit of stone, which we have right here, luckily. And I keep having to remind myself that we're not playing with die world settings, because, like I said, I actually have recorded this this first intro once on die world settings, and I ran into like a lot of generation issues. Like, that was we had 56 coal, not coal. We had 56 stone around our entire base on real world settings. And I was like, that is not going to work, because, as you guys know, real world settings tends to need rails, and it's kind of hard to have rails if you have nothing anywhere, or no stone. Anyway, let's make one of these. We'll get another one of these running. And then if we can, before these run out, if we can get enough to make some coal, I'll take this and go get that smelting. Anyway, but yeah, so one thing I'm going to be doing with this series is I'm going to post this first episode, and I'm going to either have a poll with cards sometime during this episode, or after, I'll just have you guys in the comments, and maybe even if I do the poll with cards, you guys could still just put down in the comments, would you guys like to see this series live, like at the speed I'm actually doing stuff, or would you guys like to see a time lapse? Because those are the two options, and obviously there are advantages to both. Like, I can better explain the setups I'm doing if I do it live, but we can also probably, is this not coal ore? They've changed stuff. I have to get used to looking at new textures. But anyway, so yeah, so if you guys just want to tell me in the comments like what you guys want to do, because the advantages to doing it live like this are that it takes me a lot less time to record them, and I can show you guys, like, if I'm designing something really complicated, I can show you it. But the advantage to doing a time lapse is we'll get a lot more done each episode. So basically, it's, do you want a lot of episodes with me just trying to, because the other thing is my video editing software doesn't always actually show me what's happening, like as the video is going through at 2 times speed or 3 times speed or whatever we end up setting it to. So sometimes I've had it where when I did a time lapse and I did a voiceover, it ended up that I wasn't actually talking about what was happening on the screen at the time, which that's not too big of a deal, but I personally don't like that when it happens. So anyway, if you guys just want to let me know what you'd prefer, that way we can, do this how you guys want it. And I'd just like to thank all of you who have been watching me. This this whole YouTube thing is just kind of a hobby of mine, but my channel has been growing slowly but surely, and I'd just like to thank all of you guys who have subscribed to me for that. And even if you haven't been a long time subscriber, I'd still like to thank you for subscribing. And yeah, so if you guys just want to let me know about that down in the comments, that way I'm going to wait on recording the next episode of this until I get your feedback. And in the meantime, I can just go record Assassin's Creed or something. But yeah, I think this, I don't know. Oh, I almost forgot. Sorry, because since I've recorded this twice, I keep forgetting little things that I said in the other recording. But one thing I should mention is the goal. So we're going to have the goal in this series because I always, whenever I do like Factorio or Minecraft, I end up making a mistake where I never set a goal for the series. Like, there's no end point to it. And maybe it isn't necessarily an end point, it's just a point where, like, we want to get to within a certain amount of episodes. So the goal for this series is we are going to get to the point where we can launch a rocket every 5 minutes. And if we can do that, we're going to try and get it to the point where we can launch a rocket every maybe 2 or 3 minutes. And you know, the cool thing about that will be if the orbital ion cannon mod gets upgraded along with the new artillery wagons that they added, we can pretty well just destroy biter bases like from as far away as we want. Because I personally, like, the combat in this game is not a reason I play this game. Like, I personally like having the biters there as a threat, like, because it can chew through resources if you're not careful. But I also don't like when they out-evolve me, so I've just put in a few mods to help balance out the end game a little, because even using laser turrets, sometimes I can get overwhelmed in the late game. So we're just going to make sure that that can't happen. But anyway, guys, I'm probably going to call that an end to this episode because, like I said, I've recorded 2 of these in a row, so my throat's kind of dry. But yeah, so if you want to let me know what you guys want to see, next episode we'll start building a actual smelting setup where we can pump through iron and copper and all that fun stuff. And then we'll start making our science packs. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. My name is the Rad Man, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.